Wally, straight out, what happened on the 30th of December this year? Sorry, last year.
The 30th of December, I'd been writing a couple of letters, bits and pieces, and I just felt tired. 8:30 at night, and I said to Jenny, I said, I'm going to bed, I'm feeling tired. So I hopped into bed. About 20 minutes later, pain in the stomach, I can't take a breath. And I'd been to my doctor a couple of weeks before then, and he'd sent me for a little ultrasound scan. Strongly suspected gallstones. But the little guy said, look, Wally, I can't see them. They might be real tiny. They're rolling around or something. Right. You don't operate on it before Christmas. You want to enjoy your Christmas. I said, yeah, no worries. So I said to Jenny, Jenny, this is a bit more serious than just ring the doctor up. Take me down to the southeastern private hospital thing, and I'm just having difficulty taking a breath. So I went down there. Would you believe I'm laying on this bed and they're asking me all these questions and I'm feeling better. And I thought, I know what it is. It's that $3,500 bed I bought at home that I've never liked. So I said to the nurse, I said, listen, can I buy this bed? I'm feeling better already. No medications, no nothing, I'm feeling fabulous. Anyway, long and short of it all is I checked myself in for the night and I said, look, why don't you give me a 100,000 kilometre service? Because I haven't had one. I need the full razzmatazz. How long will that take? She said, well, sir, we can do it all in a day. It's no problem. You can check out tomorrow. I said, yeah, look, I feel tired. You know, maybe you need to check me, you know, if I'm a diabetic or a whatever. So the next day they checked me out and they run a little thing out through me. And as soon as they wheel me in this room, I say, whoa, this is not the same sort of place I was in 2 weeks ago. The other guy's got a little black and white monitor and, you know, little thing.
This is all singing on that.
Hey, this is the thing. This is the twin monitors, colour, you know. And I'm talking to the little lass that's doing the examination and everything and talking about funny times because, hey, I'm sitting there in my glory, laying there on the thing. And I said, how does it all look? And she said, have you got anything specifically wrong with you or what? I said, well, I don't know. I said, I'm here for the 100,000 service. So at that time, big, tall, good-looking guy walks in and said, oh, hello, my name's Michael Bickford, I'm your specialist. I said, specialist for what? He said, well, you know, you've been assigned to me. I said, okay, fine. And she said, doctor, could you have a look at this liver, please? And my eyes have gone twang, my ears have gone twang. And he says, oh. I said, what's the problem? He says, well, he says, I can see some things there that I'm not too happy with. I said, well, I can't see them. I said, so please tell me. He says, you've got some sort of staining or some sort of a tumourous thing on your liver. He says, but I'd like to take more tests. I said, no. Tumour means what? Cancer. Oh, well, you know. He's trying to be nice to me. And I thought, oh, hang on a minute. So he's going to take some more tests. So they did a CAT scan on me straight away and a little thing up there, whatever, and all that sort of stuff. He says, we'll have the results in 3 hours. So 3 hours he rings me, and it's like dragging teeth, like pulling teeth with a pair of pliers. The long and short of it all was he told me I had 4 to 6 months to live. He said, Wally, I'm sorry, you know, you're dragging it out of me. He said, but look, doctor, don't worry, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's, you know, we're going to do some more tests. So how do you cope with it? How do you face it? Well, first thing I've got to do is I've got to tell my wife. And that was hard. That was very difficult. So I rang her up, called her into the hospital, and come and take me out because there's no reason for me to sit there anymore. And they needed to do some more tests. They called me in a week later, and he shortened the chain. He said, Wally, I think you've got 4 months. I'm sorry. He said, I said 4 to 6. But what I'm saying to you was that I had to drag it out of them, and I'm grateful for the fact that I was given the time, like now, to put my affairs in order.
Sorry, what I was going to say was, in fact, when we spoke 3 or 4 weeks ago, you said at the time that it was, isn't it funny how things happen? It was like almost like premonitions, and it was almost that there was this lesson going on 3 years ago.
Sure.
Because clearly, if all of that hadn't happened, I mean, you've done some amazing things in the last month, right? I mean, talk about what you've been able to do.
Well,
but only because you applied the lessons in
the first 2 weeks were the hardest because you see, Christmas, lawyers are shut, accountants are shut, everything's shut. I sold my business in 3 hours. In 3 hours, I sold the Australian Bird Company.
And
Rearranged
to someone on the team.
To young Andrew, been with me 8 or 9 years. Stepped straight in without any question. There was never an argument about price or anything. I got a price that was fair. He got an opportunity.
Right.
As I say, he's been running it himself, you know.
But had you not 3 years ago started work on, not in, that would not.
Well, it wouldn't have been possible. There is no way, Jose. In 3 hours, sold my business. 2 weeks of no accountants or lawyers. By the time business opened up again after the holidays, I had 14 separate legal matters that needed to be attended to from start to finish. And I'm talking a will is one, property leases, business sale. Do you realise in that time we didn't even do a draft copy? The first copy that came from the lawyer was the correct copy without spelling mistakes even. In other words, this was how well things were done, because I sat down and said, what are the priorities in order? Prioritised everything. And once again, ran the rest of my life the way I'd run my business. Just sat down and planned it. Put things in their boxes and said, what are the A items? What are the A minus? What's the B pluses, Bs, B minuses? And just did it exactly that way. And Paul, had I not done that, I wouldn't be able to sit here with dignity today. And all these things as I say, I'm happy to go tonight. If I go tonight, there will be nothing that I go with that's undone. Anything that can be done can be picked up by somebody else. And as I said, I'm so humbled. The fact that the wonderful things that have happened to me in the last couple of months. Today I got a phone call from people flying over from Malaysia, customers of mine, because you know we trade now.
Sure.
We trade in 83 countries of the world I have contact with.
Yes.
A Malaysian customer is flying over to meet me, to see me. I put on the best birthday bash of all time. My birthday was on the 7th of February, and what I did was I sent out invitations to 100 of my most favourite people in life and said, hey, I'm having a rehearsal for my 50th. It's my 48th. I'd like you to attend my 50th rehearsal party. No gifts, please. You know, just write out a cheque or a donation for cancer care. They diagnosed me with cancer of the colon, and it had gone to my liver. And what can you do? You know, you can lay down and die. You can you forget about things. Don't get me wrong. I cried many times, and occasionally I still cry. And it hurts. No, it hurts. But the point is, I'm at peace with it. I'm at terms with it. A lot of people can't understand that. But you see, life is a little business in itself. And so's your family. So's your business. They're all little businesses. They need to be organised. They need to be in order. They need to have control. It's, you know, years ago they said McDonald's survived and did so well because you knew what to expect when you walked in there. We never fear the things that we know. I'm not frightened of you because I know you. But I feel apprehensive if a stranger walks in the room that I don't know. Sure. And these are the things. So if you at all have the opportunity in life to choreograph things, and we all have that chance, we can tell people what we want. And strangely enough, most people will say, yeah, I'll do that for you. We can choreograph our lives. We can plan them and organise them in an orderly fashion. And what we're talking about now is business. Business is just a part of your life. And it's a very important part. And remember this, unless you do it right, you cock it up forever. Because you can start again, but hey, remember you're wasting business oxygen.
But exactly, and the thing, Wally, that again, you know, if I go back over our meeting now, and I go back to the point where you said, you know, 3 years ago I decided that the quality of life was important. The Lambo was
sure.
great, you know.
What jerk would buy a Lambo in the middle of a recession? but you see, I did it. I started collecting walking sticks, would you believe, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Why would a, you know, fit, cute, short, fat little 48-year-old want to collect walking sticks? Now I need it. All these sorts of things. You don't know about premonitions. You don't know about the past, the present, the future.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, and Wally, regrettably, we have to end our time together. I mean,
Sure.
as our interview, and
don't get me wrong, I don't want to go.
no, I
Yeah,
Wally,
I know I have to go. You know, some bugger's got a chain stuck to my neck, and every day he's chopping a link out, and I don't see how long that chain is, so I have to live with that.
You told me last time we met, you said that, you know, I'm a little better off than you because at least I know when the finishing line is, which is an interesting way of looking at it.
I know.
You know.
And remember this, don't you ever think about slapping me before you leave here. Because,
Wally,
Paul, remember
this.
Remember this, I know I'm going before you. and by the time you get there, my son, by the time you get there, I will own Park Lane, Mayfair, Regent Street, Bond Street, probably most of the utilities, and if you land on any one of them, I'll make sure that there's real expensive hotels on there. So you be careful of me.
Wally, I will. Wally, thank you so much for coming in and leaving us with some of your thoughts. As I'm listening to you now, and it's interesting how you get different sort of feelings. And I go back, I don't know how long ago it was, about a half an hour ago, when you said, you know, about the teacher. And until just then, or until that point, I'd never seen you that way. But clearly, if you look back now, over the last 8 years, that I've known you anyway, that's exactly what it's been in so many different ways. Know that you've left your mark on, you know, hopefully thousands of people as a result of this.
Thank you.
And certainly on me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Wally.
I began to realise then that business was more than just having a job. They FTI'd. They failed to implement it. Yeah. Marketing's like a little wheelbarrow. Unless somebody picks it up and pushes it, it just stands there. I realised that it had to be done differently for me to have my quality of life. Realised I had to replace myself. I couldn't build a business around my own skills. But for it to be a business, it has to run itself. The minute you realise you have a one-man business, you have to realise you have a job. When I started going to work in the morning, I went to work to run a business. I didn't go to work to do the things that the business did. I could live with things being done 80% as well as what I did myself than have to see them done 100% and have to do them all myself. And my people grew exponentially. Yep, $150 an hour. What?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Don't look at what you pay for it, look at what you get for it.
Okay.
Look at the end result. Who cares if I charge you $5,000 but it returns you $50? Essentially what I did is I made people value what I gave them. Find the numbers. Which manager operates a business without knowing numbers? They're important. I saw it because I didn't have a job at your place. You systematise the routine things, but you humanise the exceptions.
Exactly.
Ran the rest of my life the way I'd run my business. Just sat down and planned it. Life is a little business in itself. And so's your family, so's your business. They're all little businesses. They need to be organised. They need to be in order. They need to have control. We can choreograph our lives. We can plan them and organise them in an orderly fashion. And remember this, unless you do it right, you copy it.